Name ist Alice. Mein ganzes Leben bestand immer nur aus Rennen. Und töten.
You know, I have a joke with my husband that both times I gave birth was easier than making these movies over the last 15 years. Because he's definitely put me through some crazy stuff. By the way, I asked for it. But, you know, in the moment, it's been incredibly challenging. You know, especially the location work. You know, you're just at the mercy of the elements, you know. There'd be scenes that we were filming when the weather was just as freezing as it is today outside, you know, except I'm wearing my Alice clothes, which, you know, is sexy warrior chic, so there's a lot of skin showing. And yeah, you just kind of push through it. Well, no, I love playing Alice, and I love getting back into that world because it is such an escape for me. I mean, it's so fantastic, you know, all the sets and the zombies and the stunts. But you know, this was definitely the longest break that we've taken because literally a week before we started filming, I found out I was pregnant. And so it was a big decision that Paul and I had to make. Was do we do the movie while I'm pregnant or not? And, you know, we both decided that if anything, you know, making an action movie, there's always an element of danger involved. And no matter how careful you are, no matter how much you rehearse. So I said, you know what, if anything happens to the baby while we're filming, we're never gonna forgive ourselves. So, you know, let's wait. So we took that extra year. And it was so worth it because Paul worked on the script and I think he really wrote some amazing things about Alice's history. And, you know, the story just took some very interesting twists and it was definitely very worth it. The baby's adorable. Well, you know, I think the biggest challenge for me was trying to get into like Alice superhero shape after just having a baby 4 months before. And I think any woman that has, you know, had 2 children, and especially straight after having a baby, will tell you how difficult it is to sort of get out of that cozy nest of like nursing in your pajamas and staying home all the time. And then suddenly like I have to do the craziest training and go on this, you know, really strict diet. And, you know, that was definitely the hardest for me because I love the martial arts aspect. I love the wire work. I love the fight choreography, but it's just like the gym that I hate. Like just mindless exercise is so annoying. Our big baby especially, you know, she was 7.5 when we were filming and you know, it was incredible to watch her on set. She's such a great actress. And she actually asked me when she was 5, you know, Mama, I want to be an actor. And, you know, it was terrifying. But at the same time, she was very committed. You know, I said, you got to go to acting class every weekend. It's not easy. But she did it, and she's still doing it. And she's got a real passion for it.
The prodigal daughter returns.
Welcome home.
We played a long game, you and I. But now it's over.
Well, I mean, I think Alice has evolved so much from the sort of innocent girl that she was in the first movie, you know, waking up with no memory and really having to create her personality with each film. And you know, now I find her character's so great because she's really become very comfortable with herself. And I think that's new for her because, you know, I feel like Alice, the more she found out about her past, the more she didn't like what she was finding out. So it's nice to see her feel comfortable with herself and kind of come into her own, feel empowered. I wanna see! Well, you know, I mean, I feel like Alice definitely inspires me, and it's funny because I feel like she's inspired a lot of young women around the world. Just be stronger and follow their dreams and not give up. And I think, you know, it's the same with me. Like when things are kind of tough, I channel my inner Alice to like get through it. And I guess every part that I play has a bit of me in it. But at the same time, you know, the thing I love about acting is to be able to kind of get away from yourself and do something different and be in somebody else's shoes, see through other people's eyes, and you know, it changes you, I think, as well, which is interesting.
Ich weiß, was ich tue.
Alice!
Wir sind die Einzigen, die sie aufhalten können. Irgendwas ist hinter uns her.
Ist es sicher?
Ich mach das schon eine Weile. Haut ab.
Listen, I kind of think he's the boss on set and I'm sort of the boss at home, you know, so we kind of balance it that way. But, you know, we really enjoy working together, so we don't really need to, like, separate. We really enjoy spending time together and you know, the work aspect just gives our relationship, like, another dimension, and it's really fun. I think we've done a pretty good job of sort of finding that balance together. Me, and as well as I think every actor that Paul has worked with will tell you what a strong but very kind person he is and very respectful. You know, he's got a real talent for, you know, telling people like what to do in a way that doesn't make people resentful or, you know, people want to please him. They want him to be happy. And I think there's a real art form to talking to people and getting them to do what you want. And I think he's really mastered that. You know, a lot like it does in the movie. You know, I think Paul definitely did a great job of showing a world that's completely devastated, and you know, I guess that's how we see that vision of the future, that sort of dystopian reality. I would have to say The Shining for sure. That movie really holds up, and still, even at my age, like, it's hard to walk down really long corridors. Berlin is such a creative place. It's such a cosmopolitan city. You know, I think it's not surprising that there's such amazing designers here and that Fashion Week has come to Germany through Berlin makes a lot of sense because there's a lot of creativity here, a lot of young people doing really interesting things.
Hätte ich dich doch in Washington umgelegt.
Ja, großer Fehler.